The rhythm of our modern world is often dictated by the relentless march of breaking news, unpredictable global transformations, and the heavy weight of monumental events that seem to reshape the horizon on a daily basis. Yet, amidst the grand tapestry of human history and the constant noise of the 24-hour news cycle, there exists a universal fascination with the personal, deeply intimate moments that bring people together in celebration of love and new beginnings. It is these moments of quiet romance and profound personal commitment that offer a rare glimpse behind the public facades of some of the most visible figures on the planet, reminding us that regardless of one's status or lineage, the human heart seeks connection, sanctuary, and a shared future above all else. When two distinct worlds converge in the public eye, the resulting narrative captures the imagination of millions, drawing spectators into a story that balances the grandeur of high society with the simple, timeless essence of a marriage vow. To fully understand the magnitude of such an occasion, one must look beyond the immediate headlines and immerse oneself in the atmosphere of anticipation, the meticulous planning, and the whisperings of an impending union that captured the attention of high society observers across the globe. Before we dive deep into the intricate details of this stunning celebration and unravel the full timeline of events that led up to this historic gathering, take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an exclusive report like this one. The journey toward a lifelong partnership is rarely a straight line, and when it involves individuals who have spent decades navigating the intense scrutiny of the media and the relentless spotlight of public attention, every step of the journey takes on an added layer of complexity and intrigue. For months, rumors had been circulating through the exclusive enclaves of Palm Beach, Florida, and the tightly guarded corridors of elite social circles, suggesting that a major celebration was on the horizon, one that would unite two prominent families in a display of elegance and understated luxury. Observers noted the frequent appearances of a certain high-profile couple who seemed to radiate a newfound sense of shared purpose and joy, sparking intense curiosity among journalists and society columnists who sought to piece together the clues of an impending announcement. The atmosphere was ripe with speculation, as insiders dropped subtle hints about private gatherings, secret travels, and a growing bond that was rapidly transitioning from a whirlwind romance into something far more permanent and profound. This growing anticipation reached a fever pitch as the winter months approached, setting the stage for a dramatic revealing that would validate the suspicions of royal watchers and high society enthusiasts alike, proving that behind the closed doors of elite private estates, a beautiful love story was quietly reaching its natural crescendo. The story began to take a definitive, undeniable shape during a highly significant weekend in mid-December, a period that would forever mark a turning point in the lives of the two individuals at the center of this unfolding drama. Against the backdrop of a crisp, winter landscape at a historic presidential retreat, nestled deep within the scenic mountains of Maryland, a milestone celebration was secretly transforming into the ultimate romantic gesture. The retreat, known throughout history as a sanctuary for world leaders seeking respite from the burdens of statecraft, provided the perfect veil of absolute privacy and security for a deeply personal milestone. It was here, surrounded by the quiet majesty of nature and the historic echoes of decades past, that the couple arrived under the guise of celebrating a 39th birthday, completely hidden from the prying eyes of paparazzi and the ceaseless buzz of the media. The setting could not have been more symbolic or exclusive, offering a pristine canvas upon which a new chapter could be written, far away from the chaotic energy of the regular world. As the evening progressed and the birthday festivities gave way to the quiet serenity of the early morning hours, an intimate question was posed that would forever alter their trajectory, sealing a commitment that had been quietly developing over the course of a remarkable year of intense dating and mutual discovery. The news of this private engagement, once leaked to the world through exclusive media channels, sent shockwaves through the upper echelons of society, yet those who knew the couple best maintained that the development was entirely expected, noting that their connection had been undeniably powerful from the very beginning. The excitement surrounding the announcement was palpable, establishing a baseline of intense public interest that would only grow over the following months as preparations for the actual nuptials began to take shape behind the scenes. This initial wave of celebration set off a chain reaction of high-profile events, beginning with a spectacular themed gathering at a legendary Florida estate that served as a grand prelude to the main event, bringing together an extraordinary collection of influential figures, close family members, and longtime friends who gathered to honor the bride-to-be in an environment of unparalleled sophistication and warmth. The sheer scale and elegance of this early celebration gave the public its first real taste of the aesthetic vision that would define the upcoming wedding, illustrating a perfect blend of modern fashion sensibilities and classical, timeless tradition. However, just as the momentum toward the big day seemed unstoppable, unexpected global tensions and external complications arose, threatening to derail the meticulously laid plans and forcing the couple to make difficult decisions regarding the timing and execution of their dream ceremony. The tension between public duty, global awareness, and private happiness became a central theme of the narrative, keeping observers on the edge of their seats as they wondered whether the couple would proceed with their original vision or yield to the pressures of an increasingly complicated global landscape. This delicate balance of love and uncertainty forms the bedrock of our story, a narrative that proves that even the most carefully orchestrated plans must ultimately adapt to the unpredictable winds of fate, creating a sense of drama and anticipations that makes the eventual resolution all the more powerful and compelling to witness. As the spring of 2026 unfolded, the intense focus on the upcoming nuptials intensified, shifting from the initial excitement of the engagement to the complex reality of planning a high-profile wedding amidst unpredictable global events. The grand prelude to the main celebration took place within the historic, gilded walls of Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, where an exclusive bridal shower was organized to honor Bettina Anderson. This event, themed as an enchanted garden, transformed the legendary estate into a breathtaking oasis of floral artistry and classical elegance, drawing a guest list composed of some of the most prominent women in American high society. Among the attendees who gathered to celebrate the 39-year-old former model were Ivanka Trump, accompanied by her young daughter Arabella Kushner, alongside Lara Trump and Tiffany Trump, showcasing a powerful display of family unity, warmth, and collective joy. For this special afternoon, Anderson captivated her guests by wearing a stunning white strapless cocktail dress designed by the luxury fashion house Sophia, establishing a sophisticated aesthetic that hinted at the sartorial choices she would make for her actual wedding day. The atmosphere of the bridal shower was filled with laughter, shared stories, and deep gratitude, with the bride later expressing her profound appreciation on social media for a weekend dedicated to celebrating love, family, and new beginnings. Yet, just as the momentum toward the summer wedding seemed entirely unstoppable, a sudden shadow of uncertainty fell over the entire timeline, sending shockwaves through the media outlets that had been tracking every single development. Exclusive reports emerged indicating that the couple had made the incredibly difficult decision to delay their highly anticipated wedding plans due to the severe escalation of the international war involving Iran, a global crisis that demanded the attention of world leaders and created an atmosphere of deep solemnity across the country. The sudden halt to the public preparations sparked intense speculation about when, where, or even if the ceremony would take place, leaving observers to wonder how the couple would navigate the delicate balance between their private desire for happiness and the heavy atmosphere of a world in conflict. During this period of public silence and strategic postponement, the couple chose to retreat from the overwhelming glare of the media spotlight, seeking solace in the familiar and comfortable surroundings of their home state of Florida. It was during this tense intermission that a sharp-eyed observer spotted the couple sharing a deeply affectionate and romantic dinner at Arthur & Sons, a renowned Italian restaurant located in Jupiter, Florida, which signaled to the world that their bond remained entirely unbroken despite the external pressures. Shortly after this intimate public appearance, media insiders officially confirmed that the wedding was back on track, with the couple ultimately choosing the meaningful and symbolic backdrop of Memorial Day weekend to finally walk down the aisle. The logistical complexity of organizing an elite wedding on such short notice was compounded by the unpredictable schedules of their high-profile guests, most notably the groom's father, the former President Donald Trump. When questioned by reporters about his ability to attend the ceremony given the chaotic global climate and his ongoing commitments, the elder Trump candidly admitted to the press that the timing was incredibly difficult and that his presence was far from guaranteed, though he promised he would make every possible effort to be there for his eldest son. In a characteristically frank and humorous exchange with the traveling press corps just days before the event, he joked about the impossible position he found himself in, stating that if he attended the wedding, he would face intense criticism from his detractors, and if he failed to attend, he would face equal condemnation, perfectly capturing the immense pressure and public scrutiny that constantly surrounds the family's every move. Despite these massive logistical hurdles and the cloud of global uncertainty, the couple remained completely steadfast in their desire to create a ceremony that was both profoundly intimate and entirely reflective of their personal journey together. Transitioning away from the traditional grand spectacles often associated with their status in favor of something sacred and secluded, they finalized plans for an incredibly exclusive, multi-stage celebration that would begin with an official, legal ceremony in Palm Beach, Florida, before transporting their closest loved ones to a highly secure and private island paradise in the Bahamas. This deliberate shift toward an ultra-exclusive, private island setting allowed the couple to completely control the environment, shielding their family members and young children from the prying lenses of international paparazzi, while creating a sanctuary where they could exchange their vows in total peace. The contrast between Donald Trump Jr.'s public persona as a fierce, vocal advocate on the national stage and the quiet, deeply sentimental details of his private life began to emerge as the final hours ticked away before the ceremony. At 48 years old, the groom was stepping into this new chapter with a wealth of life experience, having navigated a highly publicized previous marriage to Vanessa Trump from 2005 until their divorce in 2018, a relationship that blessed him with 5 children who remained the absolute center of his universe. The complex dynamics of blended modern families were on full display, as observers noted that his ex-wife had moved on to a high-profile relationship of her own with golf legend Tiger Woods, while Don Jr. himself had recently concluded a long-term engagement to Kimberly Guilfoyle that lasted from 2021 until late 2024. These past chapters only seem to underscore the profound significance of his connection with Bettina Anderson, a woman who had managed to bring a profound sense of peace, stability, and mutual understanding into his highly demanding world over the course of their intense one-year courtship. The stage was finally set for an extraordinary weekend that would seamlessly blend the highest tiers of global fashion with the raw, untouched beauty of a tropical paradise, creating a visual narrative that would captivate the public long after the final vows were spoken, as the wedding party and their immediate family members left the shores of Florida behind and jetted toward the crystal-clear waters of the Bahamas. The air was thick with anticipation for a ceremony that promised to be unlike any other high society wedding in recent memory, standing as a testament to the enduring power of love to carve out its own space against the backdrop of history. The culmination of this extraordinary journey took place under the brilliant tropical sun of the Bahamas over Memorial Day weekend, where the natural beauty of a secluded private island provided the ultimate sanctuary for a historic union. Far removed from the ceaseless noise of the global media, Bettina Anderson and Donald Trump Jr. exchanged their sacred vows in a remarkably intimate ceremony that favored profound personal meaning over traditional high society grandiosity. The setting was defined by its simple elegance, featuring a tiny, historic chapel nestled amidst lush island greenery and surrounded by the endless expanse of turquoise waters. To walk down the aisle, the 39-year-old bride chose an exquisite, custom-made wedding dress by the luxury fashion house Safia that was perfectly tailored to the serene coastal environment. The gown was a masterclass in minimalist sophistication, crafted from flawless white silk and featuring delicate spaghetti straps paired with a classic V neckline. Entirely devoid of heavy embellishments, sequins, or lace, the dress allowed Anderson's natural grace and statuesque silhouette to take center stage, perfectly capturing the breezy, sacred atmosphere of the Bahamian locale. She thoughtfully accessorized the ensemble with an oversized, structured white headband that held back her hair, a short, vintage-inspired netted veil that added a touch of old-world mystery, and elegant diamond stud earrings. In a deliberate choice to maintain the clean lines of the look, she skipped a traditional necklace entirely, opting instead to focus on her wrists, where she expertly layered 3 iconic Cartier Love bracelets alongside a classic, glittering diamond tennis bracelet. The groom matched her relaxed yet impeccably refined aesthetic perfectly, arriving for the ceremony in a lightweight tan linen suit that was completely appropriate for the warm island breeze. Emphasizing the casual elegance of the destination, Donald Trump Jr. wore his tailored suit without a tie or a belt, but he infused the outfit with a deeply sentimental, hidden detail that spoke volumes about his devotion to his new wife. Sewn carefully into the interior lining of his jacket, directly over his heart, was a custom embroidery featuring a vibrant red heart enclosing the letter B, a silent, romantic tribute to the woman who had captured his soul. The guest list for this ultra-exclusive island gathering was strictly limited to immediate family members, ensuring that the ceremony remained a deeply personal, protected memory for everyone involved. Among the most crucial attendees were Donald Jr.'s 5 children from his previous marriage to Vanessa Trump: 19-year-old Kai, 17-year-old Donald, 14-year-old Tristan, 13-year-old Spencer, and 11-year-old Chloe. The presence of all 5 children underscored the beautiful reality of their newly formed blended family, with the siblings standing proudly beside their father as he embarked on this momentous new chapter of his life. Following the completion of the sacred chapel ceremony, the celebration seamlessly transitioned from a quiet, emotional service into a high-energy, spectacular after-party where the couple could truly let loose and enjoy their guests. For this festive evening reception, Anderson traded her minimalist wedding gown for a spectacular, custom 2-piece set also designed by the artisans at Safia, which represented a dramatic shift in style and texture. This reception outfit was a breathtaking work of wearable art, featuring incredibly intricate embroidery made of shimmering crystals, metallic threads, and delicate silk cording that required over 150 hours of meticulous, hand-done labor to complete. The dramatic contrast between her simple, unembellished ceremony gown and this dazzling, high-fashion reception ensemble perfectly mirrored the dual nature of the weekend, balancing sacred solemnity with a joyous, uninhibited celebration of love. Reflecting on the profound magic of the occasion a month later, on June 22, 2026, the new Mrs. Trump took to her social media platforms to share a stunning collection of private photographs and to express the deep emotion that filled her heart during the ceremony. In a moving caption that quickly resonated with millions of followers around the world, she quoted timeless poetry, writing that she had finally found the one whom her soul loves, before detailing the intimate nature of their big day. She described the profound joy of marrying her best friend on May 22nd on a tiny island, inside a tiny chapel, with their beloved family standing closely beside them, and the comforting memory of her late father held deeply within her heart. Anderson summarized the entire experience as something that was profoundly simple, sacred, beautiful, and filled with more genuine, overwhelming joy than anything she could have ever dreamed possible in her lifetime. This public declaration of love put a definitive, triumphant stamp on a romance that had moved with astonishing speed and intensity, evolving from a low-profile courtship into a lifelong commitment in just over 18 months. The journey that culminated on that private Bahamian island is a testament to the idea that true love can find a way to flourish even under the most demanding and extraordinary public circumstances. For Donald Trump Jr., this marriage represents a powerful anchor and a fresh beginning, allowing him to build a serene private life with a partner who shares his vision for the future, far away from the relentless political and business battles that define his daily existence. For Bettina Anderson, the transition from a celebrated Palm Beach socialite and model to a core member of one of the world's most scrutinized families is a path she has walked with immense dignity, poise, and an unwavering commitment to her personal values. As the newlyweds return to their regular lives in Florida, the memories of their tiny island chapel, the 150 hours of custom embroidery, the tan linen suit, and the layered Cartier bracelets will remain as symbols of a weekend when time stood entirely still. Their story reminds us that behind the massive headlines, the sweeping historical narratives, and the chaotic movements of our modern world, the most powerful stories are always the ones that are written quietly by 2 people choosing to face the future together, hand in hand.